All right, it's been a while since I did a video like this, but let's talk about focus. So, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, new year, new me, because you're the same person, unless you actually change something and not going to the gym for the first 3 months and then giving up later. That's not an improvement in whatsoever. So, I wanted to focus more because I realize how little time I have. I like to learn new skills, I like to learn code, I like to get into all these different things, learn how to do everything from scratch so I can learn everything. But I only have so much time in a day, and I realize that I am wasting a ton of time on stupid things. For example, Instagram. So, a lot of you guys coming from Instagram, I don't expect you to delete Instagram. It's my personal preference, it's my personal choice in deleting Instagram. And it's just to explain and maybe help you to also learn to focus a little bit more on your life and stuff like that. So, what I want to do is I want to focus on just my channels, my YouTube channels. They're not linked together because they're three different topics and they don't really coincide with the audiences together. That's why you never see what the other one is doing and vice versa. So, anyway, what I want to do is focus on producing content on YouTube. It's way easier than Instagram. With Instagram, I deal with so much crap of just trying to post something. I put something on this camera, and then I put it on this computer, and then I have to put it on my phone, and then I have to make sure it's bright enough, looks good and stuff like that, and then post it at the right time of day and all that junk, and then I might get a few likes. Now, I don't see the point of sharing my photos or anything like that if it doesn't get to a lot of people. And going through all that hassle, why would I want to do that? Yes, eventually maybe it'll get more likes, but usually people click on brighter images, more colors and stuff. But I like to be artistic and do things that I want to do. And that's another thing too, is like I kind of wanted to kill my services and things like that because it's very difficult. You have income that's like this high, not even on the screen. And then you have the expenses this high. So that wasn't viable. So that's another reason why I wanted to delete Instagram because I no longer advertise my services. But let me tell you what I really want to do. I really want to post content on YouTube because it's much more enjoyable for me. It's way easier to make something on the camera, then edit it on my computer, and then put it for the world. I also want to do more tutorials. I kind of stopped doing that, and there's a lot of cool free tools out there that I want other creative people to really learn about so that way they can make their art the way that they want without breaking the bank. Because I feel like Adobe is such a monopoly. And it's not a good one. It's so ridiculous with all the stupid things that's been going on with Pantone colors and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you all those things because you can look it up yourself. But yeah, there's just a whole lot of things that are going on, and I just want to make a channel that's useful in terms of tutorials, and also a channel that still is like a creative outlet. And I feel like Instagram has driven that out of me, where it's constantly losing focus and always looking at reels and stuff like that, trying to figure out when to post and whatnot. And it's always like their direction, not my direction. And I didn't really enjoy that, and it felt like wedding photography all over again, where you know what a good picture is, but then your client says, oh, I saw this on Instagram, and it's like, oh, this is a terrible photo idea. And you have to still do it because, I mean, I never really had to deal with that, fortunately. My last two weddings were actually really great, but I have heard it from other people what they deal with, and that's the kind of good reason why I wanted to stop with services and whatnot. The other thing too is it's just same focus, not having too many baskets. I know that they say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but the thing is, if your baskets are barely baskets because you barely do anything with them and you're barely putting eggs in them, what's the point? So that's the thing, is like I want to set my focus on a very few baskets. I have some projects coming up that will need more my time and attention. And the other thing too is I have a full-time job now. I have time for dealing with Instagram's algorithm or figuring out, what the next trend is and things like that. And I honestly didn't like Instagram. The only reason I had it was the person I was working with wanted the business to have an Instagram, and I said only under one condition, that they take care of it. That way I can worry about my business side and not have to worry about anything else. And obviously that didn't work out. So, it just been there all the time, and I had the baggage of just dealing with that account. And I've been wanting to delete it for a long time, but I was like, maybe I can salvage it. But in reality, I just hated it. So I just wanted it gone. So that's pretty much it. That's all my thoughts together in a last minute video, just kind of explaining everything, and what I'm planning on doing in the future. If there's a new service out there, or a new website or app that shares our photos in a nice way where we don't have to worry about these things, then I'll consider it. But in the time being, I'd rather just set my focus and do the things I really want. And I feel like Instagram is just a chore for me, and that's why it's getting deleted.